I hope you guys are doing well. I'm Nini FC, this is Blue Lions TV. Breaking news today, FIFA have rejected our transfer ban appeal. This means that currently we won't be able to register a player to play for us until the summer window in the year 2020. I'm going to get through the news first, and then afterwards I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on this. Later on tonight I will be doing a live stream with some guests like Alex Goldberg and Joe Tweedy, so you guys stay tuned for that. But breaking down all of the news today, I'm going to help you guys understand why we're even getting this ban in the first place. So this is going to be a very informative video. Before I say anything, credit goes to Rob Harris for providing all the information surrounding what's happening right now. The work he's done this afternoon has made it easier to make this video. Getting straight into the news, FIFA have found us guilty over the signing of 29 players under the age of 18. We've been fined 460k, as well as the FA, who have been fined a similar amount to us, and FIFA have given the FA 6 months to address the situation and get things back under control. But the FA are going to be appealing the decision as well. At the start of this investigation, FIFA were going to fine us over the signing of 92 players, but when things were examined in further detail, they only found us guilty for 29 players. Of course, a lot of news has transpired this afternoon, and Chelsea have come out to state that they are going to be appealing this decision, and it's potentially looking like it is going to be going through the Court of Arbitration. But currently, we don't really know the grounds in which we are going to fight this appeal, and in my opinion, it seems like this is just damage control. But you might be thinking, Nini, why are we in this situation in the first place? What happened? We've been hit with this ban because we've signed a lot of players under the age of 18 illegally, and the only way in which it is legal is if 1, the parents willingly move to the country for non-sporting reasons, and 2, if they're between the age of 16 to 17 and they're within the European Union. But with how Brexit's looking currently, that rule might affect Premier League clubs in the future. 2 more reasons as to why we got this ban. The second reason was down to the fact that too many under 18-year-olds spending way too much time on trial while not being registered and continuously having multiple trial periods. And the third reason, to keep it very brief, is because of a lot of illegal dealings behind the scenes where we've tried to sneakily overcome the rules by dealing directly with clubs or the players' parents. And of course, that's something that FIFA don't allow. The rules are in place in the first place because FIFA want to protect young players. They don't want any issues to happen to them. But you can understand why a lot of clubs recently are falling into this trap, because they're competing with each other to the signing of these top young players. And Infantino, he came out recently stating that maybe the rule does need to be changed a bit now, because so many clubs are facing punishment for this, and it's clear that the rules just don't work in today's climate and they might need to be updated. But as I said before, currently we don't know what grounds we're going to fight this appeal on. Now, moving on to the news update today, it came out that FIFA have rejected our appeal to freeze the transfer ban, as we are in the middle of our appeal process. Now, there's a difference between FIFA rejecting our appeal and rejecting us from freezing the transfer ban, as the new grounds get made on this appeal. Now, Chelsea came out to release a statement, and basically in the statement they were saying that they're in complete disbelief that FIFA haven't frozen the transfer ban. And why is that? Because they did the same thing for Real Madrid, Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. And Chelsea feel like they're being treated inconsistently. It's not fair. There's no level playing grounds. But FIFA did note as well, and this is really convenient, but they don't take into consideration previous cases, which is complete nonsense. For me, it seems like FIFA want to make an example, but bear with me, I'm going to speak about this in more detail when I give my thoughts and opinions after I finish covering the news. As you guys can see beside me, here's what the appeal process looks like, and currently right now, it seems like the only thing we can do to appeal this is to send it straight to CAS. Now, there is some optimism because, they are quite lenient. This could potentially mean that we could possibly have 1 window at least, because clubs like Barcelona had the same thing. But the only issue now is there going to be enough time for the appeal to be reviewed and processed, as the summer window comes in only a few months. Now, here's why I give my thoughts and opinions on this story. And I think the one obvious thing is that it seems like FIFA want to make an example of us. Maybe they're thinking, this is happening so many times now that we have to rule with an iron fist. I can imagine that it costs so much money to actually create these investigations in the first place. They take such a long time as well. It seems like FIFA are coming down on us very hard, so we are that deterrent for other clubs to really fix up and play by the books. Still though, I'm not going to accept the narrative that FIFA are doing us dirty. I mean, of course there are frustrations because yes, clubs like Barca, Madrid and Atletico have had more favourable treatment when it comes to the scenario, but at the same time, I feel that because we have the loan army as well, that's another thing that, UEFA and FIFA want to clamp down on. It seems like maybe it's too good of an opportunity to not come down hard on Chelsea. I mean, still, I can't get over the irony because we risked it all for these young players. We sold them dreams, we promised them everything. We did the most to sign them. But once they get to 18 years old, we have no plan for them. There's no plan to get these guys in the first team. And honestly, I think that is ridiculous. And only a club like us would do something like that. We're so bipolar and it's ridiculous. If there ever needed to be a wake-up call in regards to how things are run behind the scenes, this transfer ban is it. Now, of course, there's a positive. If you want to hear more of my thoughts and opinions, wait for the live stream later tonight where I'm going to be joined by a special guest. If not, in the link above, there is going to be a link to a previous video where I gave my thoughts and opinions in greater detail. But now is the time for the loan army to shine. We've got so many top talents. Expect me to release a video later on, really going through the loan army, assessing who can make it and who can't. But it seems like they could potentially be our saving grace. Still, it seems that we made it quite easy for FIFA in that sense. And I've been telling you guys for a while now, from the moment I released that The End video all that while back, Chelsea were very fearful about the outcome from FIFA. I kept telling you guys this, very fearful for a reason. Now look what's happened now. But still though, going back to the point where, we aren't going to have our transfer appeal ban frozen. And for me, when FIFA are saying that they're not going to review previous cases when they're taking into account this investigation, I think that's complete nonsense. And for me, this is where things become a bit political. Now, could there be things behind the scenes where they want to control the power of the Premier League or Premier League clubs? We know that this league earns the most money, gets the most revenue. We conduct the most transfer business every window as well. This could potentially be a political ploy. But before I end this video, let's remember one thing. We can still sign players. They just can't play for us until the ban is over. Of course, things can definitely change as the future goes on. Let's see what CAS are going to say. Hopefully they do allow us to win our appeal. And hopefully we do get at least one window to conduct some business. The reason why I want one window is the fact that hopefully this means we can sell some deadwoods and reinvest in other areas. To be honest, I think that we can easily survive 1 year without signing any players. But now before I end the video, I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions in regards to how I feel our appeal process will be if we do take it towards CAS. Now immediately, the first thing I think about is FIFA will have to find a valid reason as to why they feel that we must face a harsher punishment compared to Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid and Barcelona. When it comes to Atletico Madrid, for example, they had more than 100 players investigated. We've only been called out for 29 players, so already the levels aren't the same. Now I've got a theory in regards to why this could be the case. At FIFA right now, there is a new committee chairman. His name is called Thomas Bodström, and he was a former justice minister in Sweden. So naturally, because he has taken over, it's natural that he wants to make something big happen. As I was saying earlier, FIFA want this to be a deterrent. What better way than punishing us and making it very severe? FIFA have only told us within 3 days, which really isn't enough time. And I feel like they don't really have too many strong valid reasons. Now, some people might think, well, Nini, weren't we in trouble with FIFA a few years back in regards to Gael Kakuta? And yeah, you guys are right. But this was another example where CAS did help us out. They found that the grounds in which FIFA were trying to punish us weren't really valid. And in the end, we only had to pay Alonso around £1 million as a compensation fee. We didn't face any transfer ban and Gael Kakuta was allowed to play football again. And I feel like CAS will look at previous examples with clubs like Barca, Madrid and Atletico, knowing that, well, how can Chelsea get a different punishment when 3 clubs have got the same consistent punishment? It doesn't make any sense. If we don't get at least one window to help us with things, it could potentially be quite a scary window. If Hazard decides to leave and snakes it and decides, you know what, I don't really care, that's not my problem. You guys know that I still wanted to go to Real Madrid, so whatever's happening now, I don't care. Of course, that would be quite disappointing because the club have really done a lot for Eden Hazard. But at the same time, you know, when you're really living life by the edge, when you're not being run very efficiently either, I'm never going to get over the fact that we're getting a ban over youth players when it seems like we hate them and have no plans for them. It doesn't get more stupid than that in my opinion. And also I think that it's also a very sad indictment towards Marina. I think that of course so far, since she's been given more power behind the scenes at the club, have things been running as smoothly? Now yes, from a business side, everything's on point. But from the footballing aspects, we're not progressing. But later on in tonight's live stream, we're going to be talking about the board, the transfer ban, players who could potentially come and go, etc, etc. So make sure you stay tuned tonight. It's going to come after I release today's 5 talking points video, so stay tuned for that. But you guys, I'm going to keep it moving. Thank you for watching. I'm Nini FC, this is Blue Lines TV. I'll see you guys later tonight.